run it up when they hype me. The following grows, they know how to ignite me. Call me CEO, I've been running right, see. And I ain't playing games, I create my own lane, making pleasure out of pain, turning losses into gains, I'm the boss, I'm making change, I've been rocking this exchange, popping off and risking things, gonna make a name, I just wanna be famous. But I don't want that cheap fame, no I'm not that vain, I just wanna be greatness. 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 Ain't no motherfucker in this world could do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself, in my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste me, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate me, you know where to find me. And if you go and hate this, you can fucking bite me. Okay, I'm going off every chance I get. I don't really take a loss, well, I'll admit. That's why I'll make it to the top, yeah, I commit. And no, I'm never getting lost, I get after it. Investing in my own stock, cause it's faster than any crypto hits go, let me spend. Everything that you see is something I invent. And it's only a percent, I'm gonna take shots. If I miss all, forget it, I'll take a fat loss just to learn all that's in it. I'm taking snapshots, learning how to fall and get it. I'm getting back up, always stand tall, don't sweat it. I never back up, I don't miss a thing or regret it. I'm always learning, you could call me academic. I'm always working, never been apathetic. Bad energy is like a poison, need some antiseptic. Ain't no motherfucker in this world could do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself, in my psyche. You should have.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the most interactive wrestling stream on the interweb. Welcome to Big Ohm Live and in living color. I am Big Ohm. This is May 19th. Yes, May 19th. The worst day on the calendar if you are a Kane, not just because your shitty movie just came out, but because apparently today was the day that you burned your parents alive. The canon on that is still up for determination, but one thing that is not is the jam-packed stuff we got to talk about today. I was not originally going to go live. I did not intend to. I, in fact, was not even supposed to be home right now, but things changed, and I'm here. So we're going to try to get this done in as efficient a possible way as we can. But before we get into any of that, be sure to hit that like button, hit that thumbs up, subscribe if you are new. Welcome. We got a lot to get into. A lot of this show is going to be dedicated to MJF, the man known as Maxwell Jacob Friedman, who went off on a lot of things today, including CM Punk, including WWE, and apparently even the country of Israel as they continue their ongoing genocide in Gaza. We've got a lot to get into, and we will talk about all of it. I will share my thoughts, and I will hear from the wonderful folks in the chat. If you're in the chat, sound off. Let me hear from you. As you guys know, you guys can guarantee your question or statement gets read out and answered on the air by leaving a super chat or becoming a member for $5 a month. Without further ado, let's talk about MJF. So, Maxwell Jacob Friedman, a.k.a. MJF, was on the Ariel Helwani show. And throughout that conversation, which I will be the first to tell you, a lot of this is brand spanking new to me. Because I have not seen anything outside of, like, I watched the one clip about the conversation about Zionism in Israel. Outside of that, I kind of stayed away from this in order to give you kind of my unfiltered thoughts on this conversation. Eric, there is no breaking news. Wall Street is just trolling, as he normally does. But we got one of two things we can do here. We can try to get through the entire thing, which we will see if that's even plausible. Or we can do the clips. I'm partial to the clips because I know that I want this to be more of an ongoing conversation between us. But I am here for whatever you guys want to do. But also, guys, none of you have hit that like button. Hit that like button. Hit that thumbs up. What are you all doing? Chat, what are you guys doing? Hit that thumbs up. Automatic. Come on. The fuck are we doing over here? What do I look like? I'm not going to say that. Was about the name of a YouTuber. Anyway, please hit that like button, guys. Clips because... Oh, gosh. Because I need evidence. Okay, we'll watch the clips. There's a lot of clips to get into here. A lot of this is about, his views on WWE, CM Punk, and all that kind of stuff. You guys want to... I mean, if you guys want, we can start with the CM Punk stuff. That's probably the easiest thing to start with. So, fuck it. CM Punk getting dragged by Mr. Jacob Friedman. Let's talk about it right now. All right. So, MJF kind of went off on CM Punk today on the Ariel Helwani show. And without further ado, let's take a listen. I will give you my thoughts on the entire thing.
He's a shit, but he's a great wrestler.
What did you think of the decision to air that footage afterwards?
I think as a company, and Tony Khan decided he felt that was the best thing to do in that moment. I think that Tony Khan was on your show recently. When you asked him that question, what did he say, out of curiosity? Because I'm blanking.
I don't want to paraphrase. I don't remember his exact answer, so I don't want to put words in his mouth.
And I don't want to put words in his mouth either.
I'm asking you, what did you think when you saw it? Did you think it was the right move?
I didn't really have an opinion on it.
Okay.
Genuinely. And I know people are going to be like, you're full of shit. I really didn't have an opinion on it.
A lot of people felt like it wasn't the right move. Like, they should have just ignored it and moved on.
But again, now we're looking back on Black Eyes from what year did we air that? 23.
I haven't had a chance to speak to you since then.
Hear you. But now we're in 2026, and we're just putting on good shows, and we're minding our own business, and we're, as I showed you with the stacking, we're just stacking our shit up, and they're going to do what they're going to do.
Is there a different vibe in the locker room?
Oh my God, night and day.
And what do you attribute that to?
I attribute that to there's no longer people in the locker room that look at my company as a stepping stone. They look at it as a legitimate company, and we had a lot of guys, I shouldn't say a lot of guys, but we had some guys that came in, and they were like, I'm going to show up and be top guy and go back to Vince. Really, motherfucker? You're going to leapfrog me? Good luck, pussy. Not happening on my watch. And it didn't. Because no one's nearly as good as me. No one's nearly as good as Hangman or Swerve or Kenny or Ospreay and Samoa Joe. The list goes on and on. So I think a lot of guys came into my company. They thought that they were going to be able to brother themselves to the top. And it didn't happen because we are where the best wrestle. Okay? We are where the realest of real wrestle. So we no longer have that in the locker room, and it's a breath of fresh air, man. I don't have to look anyone in the eye at work and think to myself, this guy doesn't want to be here. Everyone in my locker room wants to be
There's
there.
no one like that anymore. All the bad eggs.
Everyone's ready to fucking rock and roll, and everybody wants to put on the best show possible.
So, MJF, I think saying what a lot of people in AEW have felt for a while. I mean, look, you have to kind of separate these two things out. The Punk thing, right, with MJF, I think, is both a shoot and a work. And to Wall Street Money's credit in the chat, I think that the line of, oh, he's a piece of shit, is a bit more of a work. Do I think that Max genuinely has this animosity towards CM Punk whenever he calls him a piece of shit or a loser or whatever? No. Do I think that Max is being honest when he says that Punk is a guy who did not view AEW as a place to do serious business, but as a place that was a stepping stone to better and bigger things, or as a second-rate place? 100%. And don't take my word for it. CM Punk, on this very show, the Ariel Helwani MMA Hour, back WrestleMania 40 weekend, essentially said as much. AEW isn't a real business. It's only going to be around as long as Tony wants to keep it around. And quite frankly, at every turn in that regard, Punk has been proven wrong. Flat out wrong. Because I don't see other companies below WWE even coming close to the business that AEW is doing. I don't see any company, including WWE, coming close to the creative and the storytelling that AEW is doing right now. I don't see any company, including WWE, that feels more like professional wrestling in the year 2026 than All Elite Wrestling. That's why I think that there's this kind of work shoot aspect to it, because it is a feeling and a sentiment that people had about Punk. It's true. He didn't want to be there. He said as much. He believed that AEW was second rate. Because if he didn't believe that in his heart of hearts, he would have let some of this shit go. He would have let a lot of this shit go. Because I'll tell you this, when Drew was doing what he was doing, when Drew was out here taking pictures with Jack Perry, he wasn't approving it with CM Punk. When Drew was out here shooting on Punk, deleting tweets, he wasn't running this by Punk. When people in the back had their problems in WWE with CM Punk, still have their problems with CM Punk. When Kevin Owens takes legitimate jabs at CM Punk live on WWE TV, live on WWE programming, Punk isn't crashing out. Punk isn't saying anything. Punk isn't lashing out. When Kevin Owens responds to CM Punk taking a shot at Hangman Adam Page on WWE TV, he's got nothing to say. And it's curious, isn't it? It's very curious. Because if that had happened with a guy in AEW, in a company where Punk obviously did not respect the way things were done, okay, then I see it. But he's in WWE, and that's the difference. I don't think people are going to say, oh my God, MJF is working, he doesn't like. He's right. He's correct. Objectively correct. So, like, can we stop? Can we stop this BS? And, like, legit, to MJF's credit, the CM Punk thing, the brawl out situation was something I covered. When I was doing daily wrestling videos, when I was doing daily wrestling coverage, I covered it. And it is one of the things that, drew eyeballs like nothing I've ever seen before to the from like the broader wrestling world. It is a testament to the enigma that is CM Punk. But at the end of the day, it was something that happened in a bubble, and that bubble is long gone. We are in 2026. This stuff went down in 2022 and 2023. At a certain point, you got to let it go. One of the biggest stories in the history of professional wrestling, Vince McMahon retiring. Vince McMahon stepping down in 22, getting fired in 24. It has been 2 years. Move on. It's the same thing. I'm not... Listen, brother. The amount that I just detested turning on professional wrestling in those days, I'm good. I don't need another brawl out. I'll be on the... I don't want another brawl out. I don't want any of that. I don't want any of that bullshit. Now, if it happens, I'm gonna have to cover it. But I don't want it, because that did something to the way I kind of view like wrestling. It took that magic about wrestling that was kind of existent in 2022, 2020, or in the years like that 2021 to 2023 years, and it really like neutered it in a way. So that is not something that I'm wishing upon me or anyone else. But, Punk didn't want to be there. Punk is no longer there. MJF says AEW locker room is as happy as it's ever been. I think everyone won here, quite frankly. At the end of the day, what was Punk's argument when he left WWE for the first time in 2014? He wanted to be the guy. He had his chance to do it, and he failed miserably mentally. I mean, that's not even it. I mean, Punk, like, there was the injury. There were a couple of other things that led to it. But he's the top guy now. He main evented Mania. Like properly. Night 2, main evented Mania. Like, he can say that. He's a top guy. He is their biggest merch seller. Probably over Roman, according to WrestleMania weekend numbers. Ryan Davis, what's up, Brian? Who wins at Double or Nothing? I mean, look, listen. I want Darby to win because I need to see Bald MJF. Bald MJF, I don't care how much money that Tony wants to, like he needs to pay him as much money as humanly possible in order to get him to shave his head. It would be the funniest, greatest thing in the history of professional wrestling. I stand by that. I said it last time I was on the air. I'll say it again, and I'll say it again if it needs to be said. I hear WWE wants to crack down on shows like yours. Have you been threatened? I mean, the way that they're cracking down is not necessarily on shows like me because I don't react to WWE content. I don't react to that type of stuff. I'll only react to interviews, and there's ways to get around it. But have I been given a copyright claim or a copyright strike in the past? Yes. Will it probably happen in the future? Yes. But I am not. I'm not in that kind of. I'm not in that world of like reaction clips, so I'm not necessarily getting, clicked out like others are. So I'm fine. I'm gonna keep doing this. I'm gonna keep talking that shit until YouTube kicks me off. I'm gonna keep talking that shit. Well, there is more to this entire thing. Because there was another pretty big quote from MJF. Oh, hold on. What do we see? You see the story they are running with Darby. They are saying his body's breaking down, so he's probably going to job out to MJF. I don't think he's going to job out. I think they're going to do like the fighting spirit storyline with him and MJF. Like, if I were to tell you my, not prediction, but my spoiler, it would be that Darby Allin is going to take everything that MJF has and then some and kick out and kick out and kick out and kick out and kick out. And then finally, when Darby feels like he finally has MJF, coffin drop from the top, Scorpion Death drop, Scorpion Death locked in, his body gives out. He passes out. He is prone on the floor. MJF, Heat Seeker Missile, headlock takeover. 1, 2, 3, he wins the All Elite Wrestling Men's World Heavyweight Championship. That's probably what is going to happen. If I were doing it, that's probably how I'd book it. I like to think that I kind of understand where the story is going, but a variation of that is probably going to happen. And I will be there in the building live at AEW Double or Nothing, and it will be a slobber knocker, as JR likes to say. Not as much as a slobber knocker. Slobber knocker as this stream. Guys, be sure to smash that thumbs up, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Let's do it to it. We got more stuff. MJF talking about WWE. Let's, ooh, there's a lot to get into here. Yo, wait, hold up. MJF crashed out on Bret Hart? I didn't even see this. Hold up. Okay, so apparently MJF crashed out on Bret Hart too, which I don't know, Max. I don't know how I feel about this. So MJF had some words for Bret Hart. Let's take a listen.
What's your beef with my guy?
Who's your guy? Bret Hart? I don't have a beef with Bret Hart. I cut an incredible promo on Bret Hart in the very first Double or Nothing, which, full circle, Double or Nothing's happening this Sunday,
yes,
May 24th. See how fucking good I am.
That is good. I'd like to think I teed
that
you up
was
there.
your hard.
Yeah. No. But I just saw him.
I've got no beef. I just think, look, man, this dude got rocked by Bill Goldberg, like to the point where he had to retire.
Sure.
He's saying crazy shit all the time, and 99% of the time it doesn't make sense. I just think homie's.
Okay, I need to pause it right there. I know damn well he's not talking about Bret Hart, because if there's anyone of those two especially who's saying crazy shit 99% of the time, it's Bill Goldberg. Remember, this is a guy who was like scoffing at Asuka and her wrestling ability and her ability to be a main event star. Like, dog, I would argue this outside of saying like, you know, like outside of giving his like top wrestlers of all time, because I remember Bret's list was insane, but outside of stuff like that, Bret is mostly correct about some of the stuff. Bill Goldberg is dangerous. Yeah, I think he's been proven on that. Like Hulk Hogan was a liar. Who would have thunk that Hulk Hogan was a fucking liar, dog? Who would have thunk? Like, no shit, he lies about everything. So I don't know. I don't know, Max. I don't know, Max. I don't know. I don't like this. I don't like this, but let's continue listening.
Punch drunk. And, like, God bless him. He should be. He's one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. He's no Shawn Michaels. But he's one of the greatest wrestlers.
Stop, bro. Bret over Shawn. Come on. Bret over Shawn. Let's not do this. Let's not do this, chat. Let's not do this.
Wrestlers of all time.
So much better than Shawn Michaels, with all due respect to Shawn.
In what world, though?
In, like, actual wrestling.
I have a reason to, like, pretend Shawn Michaels isn't better than Bret Hart because he's, like, the WWE NXT guy.
Sure.
But, like, I'm just not going to sit here and do that. He was the better talker. He was more athletic in the ring. He was the better wrestler. He was more exciting. He drew you in.
He was not the better wrestler. Okay, we need to Max. We'll listen to Max first. And then I will counteract and cook him crisply.
The better wrestler. He was more exciting. He drew you in more. Bret was good at a time period where, you know, he was able to get away with being this incredible, like, work rate guy. His promos were good, but they weren't fucking, like,
real.
Whoa, did you hear that, Bret? Did you ever go to school and go, did you hear that Bret Hart promo?
Absolutely. Loved him.
Come on.
Loved it. Coolest guy.
I will say.
Coolest guy.
I will say.
Walked out there, you wanted to be like him.
I don't get it. I think it's because he was Canadian and you're Canadian.
Nah, the hair, the glasses, the pink, the
Listen,
black.
I hope people realize I'm not even talking shit. I'm literally saying out loud, this dude is a legend.
Yeah.
He's a Hall of Famer. He will go down as one of the all-time greats. But when you put him, like, bar for bar against Shawn, I never understood the comparison.
This is okay, Max. Listen up, buddy. Point blank period. I think Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels are two of the greatest to ever do it. I want to start by saying that because I am about to cook Shawn Michaels into oblivion. Shawn was an overrated promo. He was not as good a promo as people remember. Was he charismatic? Sure. Was he part of a group that did some funny shit? Yeah. But he wasn't this all-time promo that people like to point him towards. Like, did he have the ability to be? Yeah. And I'm not even going to argue this. Like, I still think Shawn's a better promo than Bret, but it ain't by much. Because there's different ways to do a good promo. Bret Hart did a good promo very differently than Shawn Michaels. Bret was that cool guy that Ariel Helwani was talking about. He was the guy that didn't need to say much, didn't need to rile people up. He got you hooked in a very different way. And the aura around Bret Hart, completely different. Bret Hart comes out, the most recognizable shades in the history of professional wrestling, the most recognizable tights in the history of professional wrestling, albeit except for probably Hulk Hogan, the most recognizable color scheme in the history of professional wrestling. Something that still blows me is how we never got an NWO pink and black during that time where they were just doing all these different versions of the NWO. Bret Hart as a leader of the NWO would have cooked. But he's also responsible for one of my favorite stories that WWE told in the years like preceding the Attitude Era, and I, quite frankly, probably better than most of the shit that was in the Attitude Era. And that was that story of Bret Hart slowly but surely turning heel, and then they finally do the big heel turn, the double turn at WrestleMania 13, and he goes on to be Mr. Canada in 97. Like, that was some of the best stuff I've seen out of a guy. And to me, I think, yes, Shawn's got matches, Shawn's got, like, sure, but he was also around for longer. Bret's prime, if we're being honest, lasted from what? 1991 to 1998. And then when he got to WCW, he was like a neutered version of himself. WCW, like, did not use him in the right way. WCW did not use him properly. They didn't use him, period. And then he got injured and he stopped wrestling by 2000. That's just it. And, like, listen, there's going to be a scorching hot take. People are going to be really pissed about this. I think Shawn Michaels versus Undertaker at WrestleMania 25 is a fantastic match. Probably one of the greatest WrestleMania matches of all time. But Bret's best match, which I believe to be him versus Austin at Mania 13, is better. I think the aura is better. I think the promo ability is, again, still leading Shawn. In-ring ability, there's no doubt it's Bret. It's Bret. In my view, it is Bret. And I think that there's this sentiment towards Shawn because he was doing it for longer. And you know what? If longevity matters more to you, then I understand that. And if you grew up and you were never exposed to Bret Hart or you never truly watched Bret Hart, yeah, sure. Like I can understand that. But I say all of this, and I just want you to hear this from the man himself. I just want you to hear the unmitigated awesomeness that was what I believe to be Bret Hart's greatest promo of all time. Let's take a look. Let's take a listen. Let's have a go at Bret Hart and the greatest promo in the history of professional wrestling. wait for it. It gets better.
Great wrestler, but my goodness sakes, at 50 pounds.
Who are you to doubt El Dandy? Because this guy's a serious professional.
Well, let's talk about.
Who are you to doubt El Dandy? No comparison. Bret Hart. You know, Bret Hart better promo. Fuck it. Bret Hart better promo too. Did I get you guys mad, chat? My age range was Flair, Dusty, Hogan, and Sting, but MJF is the closest thing to Flair. Yeah, that El Dandy promo is great. Austin is what we remember from that match, though. Yeah, but like Bret Hart was leading that match. Come on. Bret, after that match, cut a promo in the main event saying the main event sucked. He wasn't wrong, though, because that was WrestleMania 13. That was Psycho Sid versus Undertaker in the main event. That match was kind of shit. I respect the bread, but when you ask people who are in my age range, especially wrestlers in my age range that are coming up, yeah, sure. I mean, sure. I'm sure people would choose Shawn. I don't blame them. I understand that for some people that's their thing, but it is what it is, man. It is what it is. I speak my truth. And my truth doesn't always align with what the people want. But this is the people's show, so we will keep going on. What else you guys want to talk about? We got some other clips from MJF talking about AEW, but do we want to watch that? Is he talking about Malachi in any of these? Because I do know that there's a... Oh, here we go. He did talk about Malachi Black. You guys want to hear MJF shooting on Malachi Black? Oh, boy. we got some fun to get into now, people. Oh, buddy. All right, guys, let's do it. So... MJF on the Ariel Helwani show took shots at CM Punk, WWE, and apparently even Malachi Black, who just got released by WWE. This is coming as there's a lot of speculation about Malachi Black potentially re-signing with WWE or AEW, and at the same time, MJF was pretty much outspoken on Twitter saying, we don't need to sign any of these guys. But I've not seen this. Let's take a look and a listen at what went down on the Ariel Helwani show.
Everyone's ready to fucking rock and roll, and everybody wants to put on the best show possible.
Wow. How do you feel like we got to that point?
People had to get weeded out.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Can I ask, like, who was the biggest offender of this?
You want me to say a name?
Sure. You told me to ask you the hard question.
The biggest offender?
Yeah. Who came in there thinking, I'm just going to use you all as a stepping stone to go back to New York?
I think it's pretty obvious that that's Malachi Black.
Bro.
But I don't know.
Oh, yo, you didn't even mince words. Yo, Max is wild. Max is wild. Listen. We'll listen to the rest of this, but I want to be clear. Like, not only did MJF, as the face of the company, say basically on Twitter or imply on Twitter, maybe this wouldn't be the best signing. He basically said, hey, yo, dude, this dude's a locker room cancer. He need to get weeded out. We don't want that man here. Like, this is actually insane. Like, I didn't even think that the actual quote was going to be this bad. But evidently, MJF and most of the AEW locker room not a huge fan of Malachi Black. Let's take a listen at everything else.
Stone to go back to New York.
I think it's pretty obvious that that's Malachi Black.
Bruh.
But I don't know the guy, like, on a personal level. Do I think he's a bad guy? No. Do I think he was a mark for like wanting to have his, I need my mania moment? Like, yeah. And there were a couple guys.
Bruh. Max is insane. Wait a minute. Do I have my mania moment? Nah, this is an insane thing to say. like, listen, I'm not saying he's wrong at all. Allegedly. But this is so funny. This is so funny. This is how you know these motherfuckers don't want Malachi back in AEW. This is wild.
Do I think he's a bad guy? No. Do I think he was a mark for like wanting to have his, I need my mania moment? Like, yeah. And there were a couple guys like that. And they got weeded out. And then they went over there and some of them found out the grass isn't greener.
Right.
And perhaps some of them did. Some of them, for them, the grass was greener. But I'd say a majority of the guys that were like, I'm just going to use All Elite Wrestling to go to WWE or to go back to WWE. I think you're going to see a lot of those guys ask for a 50% pay cut from the office. Or you're going to see a lot of those guys just get released. And it's unfortunate because if you show up to our company and you work hard, there's really no need to burn bridges. Like I said, I'm not shitting on him. I'm just simply...
Okay. We'll play the rest of this in a sec, but I want to be clear. Max, you may not have intended to shit on him. But my boy, you took a big fat dookie on this man. Like, just unabashed diarrhea all over Malachi Black. Like, this is genuinely shocking. It is genuinely shocking, bro. Like, I weirdly respect it, but it is whoa, wild, brother. Wild stuff.
Simply telling you what I was told by a majority of the locker room about this specific individual. So as a team captain, as a leader, even though, yes, I am 30, and as somebody who's been a part of this promotion since day one, I don't want to deal with guys that don't want to be team players. Fuck off. Go elsewhere. Or fucking prove me wrong. I would love to be proved wrong. It'd be great. Prove me wrong.
Bruh. I mean, listen, like, he kind of left it a little bit open at the end there, but, oh, bro, Max is... Pew, 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 pew. Bro is shooting all over the place. And, like, I mean, listen, I think, you know, a lot of this is stuff, if we're being honest, that has been kind of bubbling up for years, and I think a lot of people have felt a certain way about, you know, you can name people, right? Like, you can name Malachi Black, you can name CM Punk, you can name Miro, right? People who evidently did not respect AEW, did not respect the opportunities in AEW that the other talent and the bookers and everyone else in that ecosystem presented, and would rather have been in WWE. And, like, some of that has been proven right? Malachi Black went from being a guy who in singles competition was, like, never lost in AEW to a mid-card guy in WWE, just like another guy. And Miro, Rusev, whatever you want to call him, even worse. Like, he went from an unbeatable monster for the majority of his time in All Elite Wrestling to a job guy in WWE now. Like that's what he is. He's a job guy. He's on main event. He's main event. So I don't think that Max is wrong or even misguided in his assessment. it is just an insane thing to hear because it's not something you hear from one of your top guys. Like John Cena. John Cena wasn't going out there and saying stuff like this when he was on top. Roman, the only people he buries are people that are other top guys on his own company. You know, Cody would never do something like that. Like it is and it is weirdly a thing that only MJF I feel like can get away with because he has protected his character in a way where you don't know where MJF the man or MJF the character starts and where MJF the man starts either. Like it is quite frankly one of the most protected gimmicks in the history, or especially in modern history. Like MJF is crazy, bro. Reportedly, Malachi was supposed to be involved in the Cody versus Randy feud. He was, and then Ari Emanuel made the call and said, "We got to get Pat McAfee, the next Sylvester Stallone, baby." Yeah. No. Make WWE podcasts, etc., look even more like sanitized AI speech. I mean, I think like Cody's podcast is really good. Like, if you guys have not seen Cody Rhodes' podcast, it is fantastic. The conversations he had, especially with Damian Priest, Kevin Owens, and Finn Balor, like those are some of the top ones for me. I love the Becky Lynch one as well. Like, I enjoy that. I think the one he had with Triple H was pretty fucking boring. Like, it was a nothing burger, but to be expected, right? You're interviewing your own boss. Like, you're not gonna do. There wasn't really anything of substance or anything that wasn't already known there. But you know, when he gets a chance to talk to other wrestlers, especially other well-traveled wrestlers, it is very interesting to hear what they have to say, in my view. What else we got? We got MJF talking about the Paramount the Paramount purchase of WBD. You guys want to listen to that? Let's do that.
I understand this is a question more for Tony, but since you're here, all the, Paramount buying Warner and all that stuff, how would that affect you guys? Do you have any idea?
So, all I know is Warner Brothers Discovery loves us right now. Mm-hmm. To my knowledge, as of right now, I don't know. I mean, am I going to get in trouble legally for this? I don't even fucking know.
No, you don't care about anything. You're MJF.
Yeah, I guess. I'm fairly certain that these things will all be under the Paramount umbrella, but they're going to be separate still. Okay. So HBO Max will still be its own thing. TBS and TNT will still be.
Yeah. For the record, this is pretty much in line with where I see this going as well. Like, and I've said this as much. I think there's going to be the kind of separation of the certainly the television products and then the Max products and the streaming product. Like that's always been the case. That's why they try to split these into two different entities in the first place.
Be its own thing, and then Paramount Plus will still be its own thing. Now, I do think that you're going to have an option for bundle. I believe that that's all still the case.
Okay, but
now that's not a 1,000,000%. I don't.
No, I know.
I don't know. But what I do know is that Warner Brothers Discovery loves us. I also know that Tony Khan is friendly with, I believe it's Ellis?
Ellison.
Ellison, sorry.
Family.
I believe that he's friendly with the Ellison family.
Tony, we gotta talk about some of your friends, my boy. That's not great. I mean, my boy's got to get his contract, I guess. But just being friends with the Ellisons is crazy, Tony. That's wild. Wouldn't be me though.
I believe that. Guys, I think we're going to be okay.
Don't worry.
To be honest, no matter what happens, we're going to land on our feet. Right now, when you look at Cablevision, the heavy hitters are Fox News and Live Sports. And we're Live Sports. So we're going to land on our feet no matter what happens.
Pretty much agree with there.
2026, people struggle to take a joke now more than ever, which also is what's made me very rich because I hit a nerve now. Way easier than I did when I first started wrestling. I've been in this game for 13 years and I'm only 30. And I've only been on national television for 6 of those years. But in that time frame, words cut more now than they did when I started.
Why do you think that is?
I think that the generation under me, because I believe I'm last of millennial. I was born in 96.
Okay.
I think 96 is literally the cutoff. If it's not, then maybe I am Gen Z and 95 is the cutoff. I honestly don't know. But what I can say is And it's, by the way, it's going around in a full-blown circle. Because I'd say 2 years ago, people were more heightened. Their ears were more up. It was almost like getting offended got you points. And I think it got to be such a, like, I'm sitting on my high horse because you know what I'm saying? I don't say X, Y, or Z. It got so annoying that now it's kind of gone full circle. I don't know if you agree, but it's something that I've noticed.
Okay, I mean, that is what it is. There's one more thing that I'll talk about. Stood on business against this bitch ass.
Whatever.
I mean, okay, okay, yeah, sure. He's talking about me. Let's get this out of the way because I do want to quickly share my thoughts on this because I do think it's an important story. So MJF is very proud of his Jewish heritage, as he should be. I understand that, you know, he has had, you know, for a while now, especially like even back as recently as 2023, he's had, you know, like thoughts about the genocide in Gaza and Israel's role in that, and, you know, but he's never been as clear about where he stands on a lot of that stuff. And, you know, whether you want to admit it or not, right, it is quite impactful and important whenever you have one of the top wrestlers in the world talk about stuff like this. Because up until this point, yes, you've had people like call it out. You've had CM Punk say stuff like this. You've had Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch hint towards stuff like this. And Sammy, of course, been very outspoken. But MJF laid a lot of it out on the table. I still disagree with quite a good amount of it, and I'll explain briefly why. But there's one thing that's for sure about this. Listening to Ariel Helwani, who has been, to my knowledge, a pretty vocal defender of the Israeli state. Listening to him hear what MJF had to say was wild. Wild. Let's take a listen.
Whatever. You can't win.
It's no different than being American and saying I don't like Trump. Just because you're Jewish, it doesn't mean you have to support every single thing.
I don't agree
that
with
the Israeli
now,
government
I believe
does.
that Jews have a right to exist.
But here's the thing.
Yes.
Yes. And
the same way I hope blacks have a right, and Asians have a right, and Hispanics have a right. And
people
so on
have
and so forth.
masked their Jew hate with, I just don't like Zionists. But I'm okay with Jews. No. You hate Jews. Just be open about it. In my opinion.
I think the word Zion.
Like, okay, first to address Ariel, and then we'll hear from Max. But, like, I mean, this is something you hear, like, it's textbook propaganda you hear, because the conflation of Judaism and Zionism, which is what Ariel is trying to do here, is to me very gross. Like, I don't think that Jews, Muslims, or anyone else are a monolith. I don't think that, and I don't believe that everyone subscribes to any ideology, which, like, again, if you are talking about, you know, people who have a certain worldview, like from a political standpoint, which is what Zionism is, it's very different. And in my view, and someone who has read about this, who's listened to Israeli scholars, who's read the works of Ilan Pape, who's read the works of Avi Shleim, like, I don't think for a second that you can listen to this and take it seriously from Ariel, because you know better. You just know better.
Zionist has changed.
It sure as hell has changed.
So here's the thing. The Nazi emblem. I can't believe we're getting into this.
Yeah,
this is the Nazi emblem. To my knowledge, I believe it was a Hindu symbol at one point.
Yes.
And then it got overtaken. So I'm sorry if somebody's wearing a Nazi symbol and they go, whoa, it's fine. This is a Hindu. Fuck you. I'm punching you in the face. I do unfortunately feel Zionism no longer means what it meant when I was a kid and what I was told it meant. Zionism when I was a kid meant be proud to be Jewish and be proud of the fact that we have a place to live in Israel. I don't think that's what it means anymore.
To who?
Because they've changed the...
It does mean the same. They've just changed the meaning. They've changed the meaning because it now means something else to them. They've used it as something else. It is the exact same thing from when you were a kid, in my opinion. That's at least that's the way I choose.
And I respect you feeling that way. I don't know if I feel that way anymore.
That's fair. That's fine. And
Because
look, here we
much
are,
like
two
words-
people from the
Yes,
same background disagreeing.
Same background.
We're not all the same.
No, we're not all the same. Which this is,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
it's more proof, right?
Right.
But all I'm saying is, I think much like words and their meanings change. If I say the C word in England, it's like saying "what up, bro."
Right.
If I say the C word in America to a woman or even a man, those are fighting words. I just think that's where we're at with the word Zionist, which is unfortunate because it used to mean a good thing. It no longer means a good thing. Now it's a bad thing. Now, we can get into an argument of should it be a bad thing though? But again, the same argument can be made about that Hindu symbol. It used to mean a good thing. And now when I see
The word woke.
I think of
woke
Nazis.
was not a bad thing.
Yes,
Now it's
woke used to be a good
Yes,
thing.
yes.
Okay, and this is
woke,
where he loses me about
to
like,
my
like,
knowledge.
woke or whatever. But like, I mean, if we're being honest, like the biggest. Actually, I think there's one more clip here.
What I will say is I've said outright, and if this offends you, I'm sorry, but I'm not in support of what's going on right now in Israel. I think a lot of stuff that's going on right now is super inhumane, and I can't back it. And I personally don't like Netanyahu. Not a fan. I've said out loud I'm not a fan. Now,
Okay, so the two things, and I want to use this as a teaching moment, and then I promise we will move on, but I think it's very important for me to say this. The two things that I think MJF gets, that I disagree with Max here, are, number one, I think the idea that this is simply a product of Netanyahu, when in reality, the apartheid state in Israel has been the biggest backer of the atrocities in Palestine that have led to this ongoing cycle of violence, and especially towards the Palestinians. I don't think that you can simply say that this is a Netanyahu thing. We just had the anniversary of the Nakba in 1948 when hundreds of thousands of Palestinians were expelled from their lands. That wasn't a Netanyahu creation. That wasn't that was a system of violence, a system of oppression that still exists today. And the issue is not with anyone's religion. The issue is not with anyone's background. The issue is with a system of oppression that has led to now, as we speak, people in Gaza, people in the West Bank, people now in Lebanon being killed, being slaughtered, being maimed, victims of genocide. That's what the real issue is. And until you deal with that system, you will never be able to have true justice, which is what needs to happen. The other thing that I will say, and again, like the woke thing or whatever, like it is just like I think Max, you know, I'm not gonna speak for him, and I think he said what he's going to say on this, and he's probably, you know, like I don't know if there's ever gonna be a setting where he's gonna say more, but you know, do I respect Max for at least taking this and having a perspective on this? Sure. That doesn't mean that I think he goes far enough. And when I see what's happening, when I see that, you know, my taxpayer money is going to fund a genocide in Gaza and this war of oppression and terror in Lebanon, like, I'm going to want everyone who has a platform who's going to speak on this to be correct in what they're going to say. And again, if you have not read the works of Avi Shlaim, if you've not read anything, like, come on. Forget the woke thing. You got to explain to me this rebrand, brother. Big Om. What you mean, Leo? Where you been? Where you been, bro? Where you been, brother? Where you been? Where the fuck have you been, Leo? I have missed you, sir. Do you think Baron Corbin is returning to WWE? Do I think Baron Corbin is returning to WWE? I wouldn't be surprised. It's a very WWE thing to do, but like, will he maybe? My point here, like, I think is just, I could see WWE after just letting go of the New Day, after just letting go of like all these very talented people, be like, you know who we really need to fill out the roster? Baron Corbin. Come on, I mean, it seems like a TKO move. Omer, you pay taxes. You told us you were gonna teach us how to dodge taxes. Yeah. Real take tax evasion is not going to be a thing. No, don't you worry. You're pretty low head about this. Believe it or not, Drake called out DJ Khaled for speaking. No. He called out DJ Khaled for not speaking out about Palestine. Which, shout out to Drake. James asks, are you going to be at Double or Nothing? Yep. Myself, Kenny Baum, and just Brian YT are all going to be at AEW Double or Nothing in New York. It's going to be a fun time. I said in an earlier post, I've been in internet jail. The Iranian. Oh, shit. I forgot. Leo, are you okay? My boy? My boy's in Iran. I forgot about that. Yo. How you doing, Leo? Oh my God, I shouldn't be laughing. Leo, like, actually, how are you, bro? Like, I know that things are terrible over there right now, but hopefully you're safe. You're on borrowed time. My boy got a VPN just to check in with the chat. Yo, that's actually crazy, bro. I mean, amazing, but crazy. Leo, be safe, brother. Please, be safe. And hit that like button while you're at it, my boy. All love. Oh, man. I'm here on borrowed time with a VPN that will die soon. Oh, oi. Oh, my gosh. Shout out to Leo, man. Big thumbs up for Leo in the chat for coming all the way from Iran just to say what's up. Man, I am fine. I know it sounds crazy, but for once, the U.S. and Israel are not the bad guys in the situation. I know it's insane to say that, but it's true. Hey, man. No comment on that. I just hope you're safe, brother. I just hope you're safe. That's all I hope for. I hope you're safe. Thank you for pulling up. Have you been able to watch any wrestling? Leo, have you been able to watch any wrestling whatsoever? Or like, keep up with it? Like, that's a crazy question to ask someone who's in Iran right now. But you good, my boy? like, have you been keeping up? Can we talk about Brock Lesnar? I don't know. I don't want to talk about Brock Lesnar. So what? He returned. Yeah, I said it was gonna happen. He's gonna have a trilogy match. Yeah, I said it was gonna happen. I'm sorry. I don't like talking about Brock. You guys know that. I don't like talking about Brock. But it was a cool visual. I'll give him that. Zach, the catering god Ryder, finally going to have an opponent coming in for Baron Corbin to fight for catering world champion, fighting over the last slice of Nutella cheesecake. That's crazy. I have limited access to YouTube, so I've seen some highlights. Here, Leo, this is all you need to know. WrestleMania Night 1 was ass. I still haven't watched it, but everyone tells me it was ass. WrestleMania Night 2, slightly better. Main event, really, really good. It's the only match from WrestleMania I have watched. Really good. AEW, been on a tear recently. Absolute fucking tear. Because Corbin's a lot cheaper. My brother, man, like I just don't get it. Like, you cut the Motor City Machine Guns, but you're going to sign Baron Corbin? What the fuck? What the actual fuck? Leo, what's life? Oh, no. I shouldn't be this is... I mean, Leo, if you want to answer that, go. Feel free. No pressure though. AEW Beach Break has been announced. Yeah, the venue is sick for Beach Break. The venue is actually wild. Let me see if I can pull it up. Oh yeah, here it is. Yeah, here we go. So this is it. It's like this dope like concert hall kind of deal. Yeah, this is gonna be a wild time. I can't wait for it. I absolutely cannot wait for it. AEW take their chances, meaning if things don't work out, they're still going to try it. Yep. Can AEW do a yacht venue again? That was so cool. Also, the golf course was amazing. I mean, I could see them. Like, I think they should try to do like something like they did. They did the Jericho Cruise, which was like on a cruise ship a couple of years ago, right before the pandemic. That was really cool. They should lean into that, man. They should lean into that. They should do that. I think, you know, like they should do these cooler venues. I personally, they will never be able to get the permit for this. But if they were able to do like a show in the National Mall or something, that would be really cool to do here in DC. The venue that I just showed you guys is in Clearwater, Florida, which I believe is right outside of Tampa. But they should do like stuff like that. Like, dude, look for a venue that is cool on the water, like something just different, and no one else has. At a music festival, I loved the look of when WWE went to Rolling Loud, that was dope. That was dope. Do that stuff, man. Do it at like a small baseball park or something. Do it at a small baseball park. Like, crazy. Do you think Darby Allin will win the world title after he loses it? Eventually, yes. He will be. I think Darby proved in this reign that there's meat on the bones for him being a legitimate, and not that this is illegitimate, but I think a serious world champion. Remember when the Young Bucks threw MJF into the pool? Yep, it was great. It was great. It was a fantastic time. The AEW tag division is so fire. Yeah, they're going to get Mojo City Machine Guns and New Day. It's going to be insane. Speaking of venues, you see Kanye's venue in the Globe. I have no comment, brother. I don't know. I don't know what Kanye's up to. I don't know what Kanye's up to. I don't know what he's doing. I don't want to know. But hey, man, shout out. I really, there was a time, man, I missed the old Kanye, but at this point, my hands are up. My hands are tied. Young Bucks threw MJF into the pool. Yeah, pool of success. Yeah, I mean, his career trajectory was crazy after that. He went sky high. Do you think AEW will go to Amazon? They could. I just think it's too early. Like the landscape of media is gonna change a lot over the next couple of years, and I think by next year, AEW is gonna start the process at least of shopping around Dynamite. So we'll see. AEW is doing a show at Target Field in Minnesota. Are they really? No way. Oh, a brawl in the ballpark. I didn't even know about this. July 10th. For the first time ever, MLB game. Oh, okay. So this is going to be. So this is not even a broadcasted thing. This is going to be during a baseball game. That's pretty cool. So AEW is gonna have a. That's pretty cool. So they're gonna have a one match during I assume the beginning of the show or something. That's really cool. That's really freaking cool, man. Breaking news: Big Ohm didn't know about an AEW. I know, right? The biggest know-it-all in the history of professional wrestling. YouTube doesn't even know. I think AEW should go to YouTube and be accessible to everyone. If their TV deal goes poof, I don't think they are leaving WBD. Yeah, I don't believe that they're going to leave WBD. I think they're probably going to end up staying. I mean, again, AEW doing 600 to 750,000 viewers live every week on linear cable is very good. Assuming they have another 100,000 or so on Max, it is just really good. It given what else is out there, and they're still amongst the higher drawers in their time slot. They have my AEW if they don't get a DVD. All right, but they can't rely on that. They fundamentally cannot rely on that for their main source of income for distribution in the U.S. and internationally. Yeah, they need to bring back Dark. Yeah, I want them to bring back Dark. Like if I had my way, I think Tony would be like, all right, Jerry Lynn or Cassius Ohno. Or, did I just call him Cassius Ohno? Chris Hero. Oh my God, where did that come from? But like, I'd be like, all right, Jerry Lynn, Chris Hero, Jeff Jarrett, ROH is your baby. I have some guys, some girls that I want on the top. Otherwise, ROH is your baby. And then let him cook. Do Dark and Dark Elevation on YouTube. Have those be the dark matches before the show. Keep people animated. Keep people amped. Keep people going. AEW should not run Wembley next year for all of them. They will not. Spoiler alert. They will. I don't believe that they will run Wembley next year. I think wherever they run, it's going to be somewhere they haven't ran before. The WWE brain kicked in. AEW will stay on TBS TNT. If they leave, yeah, I mean, we'll see. Dark and Dark Elevation was such a wonderful project before ROH. Yeah, I mean, I thought it was great. And like, those used to get a lot of views on AEW in their YouTube channel. You used to get a lot of views. Doesn't anymore because they don't have it. And I think that there was an appeal for that in a way that there's simply not. Like, ROH doesn't have an identity. It's been the biggest issue I've had with ROH for a while. ROH is trash, bro. ROH does not have an identity. No one cares about it. There's no storytelling. They're coming off of genuinely one of the worst, if not, I will say, the worst show that Tony has ever booked. Period. Like the ROH Supercard of Honor 2026 is the worst show that Tony Khan has ever booked, period. And again, the allegation, AEW mark. Fuck off, I'm not an AEW mark. But you know why? Because Tony booked a shitty, bitty, poopy-ass show this past Saturday or Sunday, whenever the hell it was, and I hated it. It was horrible. It was dog shit. He doesn't know what he's doing as far as ROH goes. He just puts the matches together last minute, and that's why they look like, they're built like, and they are such crap. Give the show an identity. Give the show a vision. Don't book the show on the same day that you're recording it. Like, what are you doing, bro? Tony Khan will go down as the best pay-per-view booker. For AEW, 100%. For ROH, absolutely not. 100%. Do you think Apple TV is an option? Not viable. They might get paid by Apple TV, but I don't. Their viewership numbers are going to dwindle. Look at Raw. Look at Raw. Internationally, Raw is pulling in between 2.5 to 3 million people. Just let Bryan Daniels. Yeah, if Bryan wants to do it, let Bryan do it. Shitty bitty. We all know the next word. Hey, listen, brother. I can neither confirm nor deny these allegations. I can neither confirm nor deny these allegations, my brother. Hey, man. I'm just trying to do me, brother. Just trying to do me. Oh, buddy. Anyway, all right, guys. I think it's just about time. I think it's just about closing time for me. It is late here on the East Coast. I appreciate all of you, especially Leo. Yo, thumbs up for Leo. Thumbs up for Leo. Thumbs up for Leo. What the fuck is this? Omar, calm down. Don't shock your dog in anger. Listen, man. If Kaya was here right now, no, I'm just playing. I would never condone that. Fuck Hassan Piker for that. No, I'm playing. All jokes. Johnny Gargano needs to reunite with Tommaso. I think it'll happen sooner rather than later. Would you run Collision opposite of SmackDown? No. If Collision were to move nights, it would probably go to Thursday. It would probably go to Thursday, 100%. Anyway, guys, thumbs up for Leo in the chat for making the long VPN ride over from Iran. Leo, stay safe, my brother. Everyone else out there also stay safe. Be happy, be healthy. As always, keep it real. Love you, chat. Until next time. Peace.
horizon. Insert